What is going on, everybody? This is Falcons Daily. This is episode number 365. It is Thursday, August 20th, 2026. I am your host, CG Craig Green, the voice of ECSU Mighty Viking football in the CIAA. That's Elizabeth City State University. Also, the voice of DCW Dominant Championship Wrestling. If you'd like to give me a follow on social media, you can find me at Craig G Sports, CRAIG, the letter G, and the word sports. I cannot spell or talk today. Falcons Daily is part of the Fan Arch network of podcasts and broadcasts. If you'd like to give us a follow at Fan Arch, you can find them at Fan Arch Co. FANARCHCO. Big shout out to our friends at Kalshi for sponsoring this video. You can use the promo code FanArchFootball. You can get yourself in the game as well. That'll give you a little bit of extra boost. When you spend $10, they'll give you $10. It's a pretty damn good deal. Shout out to all you guys checking us out on YouTube as well, on Facebook, and on Apple Podcasts. Appreciate all of you joining in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button for today's podcast as well. And we'd really appreciate that. It costs you $0, 0 cents to like and subscribe. So please do us a solid and go ahead and hit them little buttons for us. Today, the Falcons, or yesterday, the Falcons went to Indianapolis, had those joint practices. They will continue that today at 3 p.m. Eastern. So what were we looking for? We talked about just maybe a little bit better performance than we saw against the Broncos. It's not the exact same environment because this is joint practices. It's in a controlled type of, again, it's a controlled environment. Everything that they're doing is kind of measured and structured to be a certain way and all that other things. But, of course, when you roll the ball out there, the players are going to do what they do. But from all reports, things that I've seen and read, from Daniel Flick, from Will McFadden, from D'Orlando Ledbetter, from Josh Kendall, Mark Raimondi. Everything pretty much says the Falcons look pretty good out there. Offense, it was a mixed bag again. I mean, Tua did have a really nice throw to Drake London today. London pretty much mossed the defender, but then also did throw a pick six as well during the 11-on-11 period. But in the 11-on-11s, it was reported that he went 8 of 13, so not bad. I'll take it. Again, Michael Penix Jr. still not cleared for 11-on-11, so he did 7-on-7 work, and the receivers did a good job. Dylan Drummond, notably, also had a nice catch during the one-on-ones as well. So, when it comes to the workouts, to the joint practices, things seem to be fairly peaceful. There were no fights. Everybody got all their work in. Doesn't mean that there weren't chippy moments, I'm sure, but again, for the Falcons, I think they looked a little better than they did against the Broncos. One injury for the Colts, though, it's not a good one. Tyler Warren left the field. He's their tight end. One of the guys that they're projecting to be in their future plans. Tyler Warren injured his groin during those workouts today, and left, did not come back. He stayed in the uniform, but he didn't come back on the field. That was reported by Stephen Holder, who's the Colts beat reporter for ESPN. So again, we'll see how it goes. But again, later on today, 4 hours from now to be exact, again, we premiere at 11 a.m. Eastern every day. So 4 hours from now, about 3 o'clock, that is where we'll see those workouts again to continue. Zadarius Smith most likely will not be out there. He's going to wear 91 for the Falcons, but he's still in that acclimation period, so you won't see him on the field right now. Daniel Jones doesn't look like he's back yet, so expect a heavy dose of Anthony Richardson and perhaps even Riley Leonard out there as well. But the Falcons need to work. They'd love to see the other color out there, and they love to go against guys who aren't Falcons. It helps sharpen their iron. It helps get their skills together. And really, for the starters, this is about as close as they're going to get to the preseason game. Because remember, Kevin Stefanski already said the starters are going to sit this one out. So expect a good dose of the twos to start, then some threes and fours. I don't know where James Pierce falls into the equation, again, because of the fact that he will be suspended for 8 games. So maybe he'll get some run because he won't be able to actually play until November. So we'll see how the Falcons handle that. But also, we'll see how they handle it on Saturday afternoon when it's time for them to step onto the field. But also, coming out of those practices, speaking of Michael Penix and Tua Tagovailoa, they were actually pegged as 2 candidates for Comeback Player of the Year. Imagine that. On the same team, same position, 2 guys who are potential candidates for that award. Patrick Mahomes also was there too, because remember he missed a good majority of the season with his with, I believe, he tore his ACL. But anyway, Mahomes, another guy who is being looked at for that award. But just imagine if either Tua or Penix won it. If honestly, if they did win it, that really says that the Falcons are having a good season. So I would absolutely sign up for that. And also, the person who wrote the article for NFL.com, his name is Grant Gordon. He's the guy who spoke on that. And during all that, his points for Penix, and not so much for Tagovailoa, but really for Michael Penix, was this, quote, "With their recent roster gambles not paying off like they hoped, the franchise's trajectory might well ride on the left shoulder of Penix. He has just 14 NFL games under his belt, but he's 26 and his play, 2,700 passing yards, 12 touchdowns, 6 picks in those 14 games, hasn't come close to securing his spot as the future of the franchise at quarterback. Before he can attempt to prove anything with his play, he must first be cleared for 11-on-11 work and then, presumably, convince head coach Kevin Stefanski to give him the starting nod over Tua Tagovailoa. And I don't really see a world where Penix is going to be the starter unless he gets cleared here in the next couple of days and really impresses in the 11-on-11s. I mean, Tua is still learning this offense. There's going to be some growing pains. Again, I think he had another fumble out there yesterday. But right now, you look at the roster and you look at the healthy quarterbacks, and who would you start? Would you start Cooper Rush? Would you start Jack Strand? Or would you start Tua? I mean, honestly, to me, it's an easy decision to put him at quarterback. But the thing with Penix is that, his numbers aren't exactly terrible. It's just that he hasn't had consistent play. Again, you see it right there. He threw for 12 touchdowns and 6 picks. That's 2-1, right? 2-1 ratio is not bad. I mean, it's not 3-1 where we would like to see some of the upper echelon guys are, but he is doing more. He is throwing more touchdowns and interceptions, so he's doing a decent job of protecting the ball. But again, the question about him is his health, and I guess we'll see who actually starts at quarterback on Saturday versus the Colts. We are not 100% sure it's going to be. It's either going to be Cooper Rush or it's going to be Jack Strand, I believe. But you can get in on the game with Kalshi, and right now we're taking a look here at the Falcons and Colts coming up this Saturday at 1 o'clock. Right now, the Falcons are trading at 36% to win the ball game. 36%. Not a high number, right? Not a high number at all. But if you are if you're a gambling man, you got to recognize that this is the preseason, and damn near anything can happen. When you look at the Colts and you look at their quarterbacks who will be playing, again, it's going to be Riley Leonard and Anthony Richardson. No, you won't see any Daniel Jones out there. Shane Steichen, the head coach of the Colts, already came out and said his starters aren't going to play either. So then you have to look at the rushing attack. I mean, they did run for 133 yards against the Patriots in the first preseason game. They did throw the ball for 234 yards collectively in that ball game. They did lose a couple of fumbles, so that hurt. They lost a turnover battle in that respect, but they were able to get a tie out of the game with the Patriots, 13-13. So they're coming into this preseason game with the Falcons 0-1. Falcons, of course, 0-1. Got our ass whipped by the Denver Broncos, but I don't put a lot of weight into that loss at all because, again, it's preseason. We weren't game planning. We were missing several people, and on top of that, new coaching staff, new everything. So outside of the defensive coordinator, we got a whole lot of new stuff going on. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing if you ask old CG. But anyway, when it comes to this game here, again, if you decide to lay down $100 on that trade, what that will win you, $258.85 on with the Falcons trading at 36%. So think about it. It may be something you might want to do. I might as well. I'm honestly thinking about taking the Falcons because I think now you have 1 week under your belt under the new offense, under the new head coach. Now, and you're not taking on someone on the other end that's a world beater. You have Anthony Richardson, who's been often injured and not playing. Then you also have Riley Leonard, who is a young prospect, but also not a ton of experience in the NFL. So I personally would feel good about taking the Falcons to win this ball game, and I will take the Falcons to win this ball game. Folks, make sure you download the Kalshi app. Use the code FANARCHFOOTBALL to get $10 when you trade $10. That's what your mission is for today. Kalshi, Kalshi, trade on anything. We're going to move on here and talk about Trey Sermon. Trey Sermon was put on injured reserve by the Falcons after the joint practice, so we will not have him for the rest of the season. It appears to be unfortunate that he just signed with the Falcons last week, and now we won't get to see Trey seemingly for the rest of the season. But yeah, he just signed with the Falcons literally about a week and a half ago. But Trey Sermon came in the league. He was a third-round pick in 2021 for the 49ers. Ended up playing with the Eagles and the Colts, and then also the Steelers. So, but before that, top prospect, play for Oklahoma, play for Ohio State. So, that's where he was at in college. But we'll see if it's short-term IR, if it's season-ending IR. Not clarified from what I could find, but still kind of sucks that your depth chart takes a hit for this ball game. So now when it comes to the running backs, you're not going to have Bijan. You probably won't have Brian Robinson. So you're looking at Tyler Goodson, Nathan Carter, and Cash Jones as your running backs against the Colts. So those guys will get a good amount of work. I also would probably expect to see maybe more of the pass attack this game. I guess we'll find out. But will Kevin Stefanski game plan some for this game? Only time will tell. But at the same time, when it comes to Trey Sermon, we lost that running back. Do we need to pick up another one right now? Probably not. We've got 5 others right now. We can probably fill the roster spot out with someone else at another position of need. But sucks to lose Trey Sermon before he can even get on the field against the Colts here, against one of his former teams. But hopefully he can return here sooner than later. But Falcons Daily, y'all, want to let you know again to check out play.fanarts.com/Falcons. Got a whole bunch of cool different games and contests over there for y'all to mess around with. Also on Facebook, make sure that you guys continue the conversation over there. We got some hot topics. We want your hot takes. Put them in the comments, and make sure that you guys give Falcons Daily a like and a follow and a subscribe. All those things. If you can do all 3, do it. But at the very least, please give them a like over there on that page, on our page, and we'll appreciate you so much. But we're going to get out of here. We'll be back on Falcons Friday to talk about the Indianapolis Colts game one more time, and we'll let you know who the Geek of the Week is. I can tell you right now, it's most likely coming from the Four Letter Network. Until tomorrow, sayonara and buenos noches.